Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the away. And we got Devin and Yusuf with me today. And we got a lot to talk about. We had Champions League, arguably one of the best Champions League match weeks we've had in a long time. Definitely delivered on the hype. The Prem is getting crazy. We have the three horse race. And then fantasy, we got to talk fantasy because, if you've been following, Yusuf started late. What was it, 3, 4 weeks into the season? Good 200, maybe some points away from everyone. And you are officially top of the league, Yusuf. How you feeling?
Table.
Talk of the table. We got like what 6, 7 match weeks left. Where are we at now?
Yeah, top of the table for now.
Because we're going into round 33. So yeah, top of the table. A few matches left, but can you hold out? You do have like a whole damn near 50-point lead for second place, which we've seen some people get 50 points more than others in 1 week. So it could still change, but you've been in the upward trend. I've been nothing but going down, bro. I've been looking like Arsenal. Literally top of the league the whole season, only to drop it and bottle it at the end. So I'm officially Bottle Job FC right now.
Yeah, but Arsenal are top of the league right now.
Yeah, I'm Arsenal from last season.
Literally.
I swear.
I'm glad you mentioned that though, because Premier League, dude. Arsenal top of the league, Liverpool and City just behind them. Our predictions changed at all? There's so much shit going on. I know Liverpool are tied in points with Arsenal, but Arsenal has the goal difference in their favor. With the matches we've seen lately, dude, what are you thinking? Yusuf, I know you were kind of unsure when you guys were playing Villa, but you guys turned it around. How we feeling?
Dude, after Villa and Crystal Palace, I'm a little more confident, but it's still like advantages Arsenal pretty much. Um, so we're just gonna do what we gotta do. And like looking at the runs and the fixtures, like I feel like Arsenal still have like a shitty away runs that they still got to do.
100%.
Liverpool like don't have it easy, and I would say we have the easiest run, especially now that they changed when we play Spurs. So I think they changed it to like the second last day, like second to last game. But I'll have to double check to be honest. But
That's actually huge, yeah.
exactly, but they have to play like Arsenal and Liverpool back to back, so they could be kingmakers by that time. But who knows? Like, I just know we still got to do what we got to do. I'm not convinced in our defense. I haven't been all season. You know that. We've just been leaking goals, but at the same time, we just got players like KDB and Phil Foden going on a mad thing and just taking games by the scruff of the neck and going on just great runs. Them, Rodri have been having a good season. And I want to give out the shout out to Yosko, who's been on the up and up low key. And so, but we've lost key players like as the rest of the team. So I really can't complain. We just have to manage and keep trucking on, get the dubs.
So I'm glad you mentioned Spurs because Spurs, they've been up and up, and they're back in the top four. They're back in the top four in the race, and they're not going to be letting up. So where they have all the important fixtures, basically they're going to be the title deciders. How their matches turn out is going to be who determines who is the champion, pretty much. And they have everything to play for. They want to stay in top four. They want Champions League. So it's going to be interesting, especially for Spurs fans, to see how they play out. Dev, Liverpool couldn't get the job done against United, and obviously allowing Arsenal to take that top spot. But how are you feeling? Are you confident? Are you feeling like it's gonna run away from
form?
you?
What's form? You ever heard that form doesn't matter in the derby, bro?
That is true. That is true. One of those. It's one of those games.
Flow
I swear that's his
blow
favorite
a
thing.
three
Right.
two blow a 3-2 game in 2 minutes in stoppage time, and Liverpool get the comeback versus Brighton going into the derby, and then Liverpool hammered them
Yeah,
in the first
100%.
half. It was like 12 shots on 12 shots to none at the end of the first half.
Was that
And
against United?
yeah,
Fuck.
and yeah, the
Derby. It's a
second half
derby, man. It's
they
the
just
derby.
second half, kids made some mistakes, man.
So how you feeling? You got important games coming up. You got Europa League. You got some tough games. You got another derby against Everton. How's this end of the season gonna play out? What are you feeling? You got the Tottenham fixture we talked about. You got a tough run.
Yeah, Tottenham always puts up a good fight. Um,
Everton away.
yeah, I don't know. I think I've kind of just, I've always said that I didn't think Liverpool were going to win the league this year.
Yep.
Um, and so I'm just kind of enjoying the ride, and it kind of pains me that I have to say that all the time. Just enjoy the ride because you're not going to win the league. It's always like City going off on 100 points, or you know just anything else, and it's ridiculous.
Definitely don't make it easy, and yeah, it is gonna be an upset to the two teams that do miss out because all three teams have been, doing what they can. City is used to this. Liverpool is also used to having a fight to the very end. Arsenal's finally coming up and feeling what it's like to be in the title race. Obviously, they had that sort of feeling last year and dropped off. They're looking a little stronger this year, but are they going to drop off too? And it's just going to be another City title? I guess we'll see. But definitely in terms of fixtures and on paper, City has the easier run. And it's going to be up to Arsenal. It's Arsenal's to lose. On paper, it's Arsenal's to lose. But those fixtures are tough. But damn.
Like we're saying that, like it's Arsenal's to lose, but like I feel like no one is actually backing Arsenal.
I don't think
Like
anyone
I feel
is.
like no one. Like I haven't listened to anyone say that they
Yeah,
think that Arsenal is going to hold on to the lead and win it.
I'm right there with you, dude.
And
I think that's
everyone is
partly.
saying, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, yeah, go ahead, yeah. Well, I was thinking like I don't know why they shouldn't be the favorites right now. Like I think they learned their lessons from last year, or they should have. But
think
yesterday, after the performance yesterday, I'm seeing
that is
shades of last year.
that's exactly why no one's
Maybe.
betting on them, bro. That's exactly why they just don't have that it factor. Seems like they've been doing enough to get the job done, but when push comes to shove, their worst performances this season were against Porto last Champions League fixture, and they're kind of doing the same sort of thing where they start off strong, then drop off with Bayern, and those are matches. It's like do or die matches. All your prem fixtures up to here, up after this are do or die, and when push comes to shove, are they going to be able to hold off? Obviously, they showed us last year they couldn't. It's a different team this year, but one thing I will say is they do have a pretty much full squad. I don't think they're missing. Even Thomas Partey's back. The only guy still gone is Timber, who's gone the whole season. So they do have numbers. So I guess in terms of being prepared for what's to come, they're as prepared as they can be. We know obviously we saw Saliba get injured last season, and that really affected how they finished their season. People might argue that if they would have won the league with him, I don't think so, but some people do argue that. As it looks right
Can I
now,
make a?
yeah, go for it.
Can I make a? I just want to make a claim. I think if they had Declan Rice last year, if they put that money in January, I think they would have won the league.
Really?
To be real,
I mean, Declan Rice has proven that he
but
was
that's just
something they were
what's the
missing.
maybe, Yeah.
I think he has proven to the world that he's definitely worth the money. And I think specifically, maybe not even just looking at it in terms of the money, he was worth the money for specifically Arsenal. Like it was just a match made in heaven. Like they needed somebody like that, and they needed Odegaard to step up, who he has significantly stepped up. Saka has continued his form. I think the only player that really hasn't been able to live up is Gabriel Jesus. Martinelli's been injured, but he's been good when he's been on. I think if Jesus would have continued the trend of all these other players, they might have been able to. They might look more convincing. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how they continue from here on. But Trossard's been a great signing, and Havertz has been playing a lot better than when his season started. Because the start of the season didn't look great for him.
Dev, you don't feel more confident with like those players coming back in training? I heard I like Jota, Trent.
I mean,
You
you
just
know,
sound like a defeated man. You sound so
I
sad.
honestly, it's not even about Liverpool. I've just been working a lot lately, and it's been kind of
Fair.
killer. Um, but yeah, I don't think that Trent or Jota are going to be available tomorrow against Atalanta, but they could be available Sunday versus Palace. I think I'm not entirely sure about Allison. Um, I think Allison and Bacetic could be back before the end of the month.
Okay.
Trying to remember what I read earlier this week. It might have been end of April, beginning of May. Maybe I don't remember. So
Still,
I don't know. I mean, Kelleher has been fantastic in Allison's absence, and Connor Bradley has been amazing filling in for Trent. So I don't know how Klopp's going to handle it. He could just say,
It's a good
I
headache to
don't
have.
I
Yeah.
don't care about making the regular starters earn their spot back because I'm leaving at the end of the season. So he might just immediately throw the starters back in, or he could be Klopp and say there's no reason to rush anything and keep things status quo until the starters have proven that they should be starting again.
so let's do predictions. And it's early, but what are we saying? Who's winning the league? I'm gonna go ahead, put myself up there and take the L later on, but I'm gonna say Arsenal finally get the job done. Simply for the fact that I feel like it's just simple. What is it? How many seasons in a row would it be if City won?
5.
4.
4. I feel like that just can't
That's what I
happen.
said.
We just can't have that happen in the history books. So for that reason alone, I'm gonna say Arsenal. and City second, Liverpool third. Let's go, Devin. What are you saying?
Um, I think I think it will finish as it is now. Arsenal, Liverpool City. I think I don't necessarily I'm not necessarily 100% confident that all three will win out. Um, but I do think that there are enough problems in opposing teams that whatever whatever team drops whatever points, every other team will respond in dropping points in a similar way.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I necessarily think that Liverpool and Arsenal will finish dead on separated by goal difference. But like it's like one of those things where Arsenal will tie and Liverpool will lose
Yeah.
and City draw. Something like that.
See what you're saying? Because they all have matches where they could easily drop points. So yeah, it makes sense. Yusuf, what are you saying?
I'm gonna back the boys in blue, bro.
You
I
got to,
don't
right?
think
You got to.
I I have to, only because Liverpool's injuries, I'm hoping kind of gets the better of them and it just peters out.
Hasn't yet. It hasn't yet.
Hasn't yet, but so I feel like just something's got to give. We don't look that great, like I said, like defensively, and we're losing key players defensively. But our run of fixtures are not Man United away, Chelsea away, or Tottenham away. And I feel like Man United away, and especially Tottenham away, is going to be such a tricky ass fixture for Arsenal. Like Dev said, like anybody who drops points, I think personally, the next team that drops points might be out the race. And I think a loss like pretty much guarantees it. I think a draw is like you're pretty much almost depending on the other two teams, which like comes to be four teams, and then that just becomes too much. But
You think it's do or die?
I think, yeah, I do. I do think it's do or die, and there's 7 games left, and I think everybody. I think there's, like you said, there's a possibility everybody drops points, but I think that possibility is least in cities only because of their fixture run.
Yeah, I can see that. You know,
Here's the thing. Are Arsenal still in the FA Cup?
No.
bowed out early, I
But
think.
City are.
Mm-hmm.
So
It is a good point.
When Liverpool play Everton, City will have game in hand.
Yes, I think we'll have 2 by the end of it. All. Yeah, game in hand sounds right.
Because we missed the Everton game to play United in the FA Cup, but we got knocked out of the FA Cup and City moved on. So they will have their game in hand in the next FA Cup weekend.
So do we
I'll have
think
to see who. I'll have to see who our game in hand is.
something I hadn't thought about, but do we think these cup
Yeah, I'll have
competitions
to.
are gonna have a factor?
Oh yeah, I do. I think so.
If we're talking cup competition, I mean, every one of them still is in a cup competition. So,
Would you rather have points on the board or game in hand?
Points on the board.
voice on the board, I think. Game in
Yeah, that's
hand
the
gives
right
you more
answer.
pressure.
That is the correct answer.
Also, I do quickly want to interrupt and completely change the subject, but Inter Miami's getting fucking pumped right now, which is
Yep.
so fucking
Yeah,
good because that almost guarantees the fact that Messi's gonna be here this weekend.
4-1.
Thank God. I wanted them to get pumped because now there's
Oh, I'm
no
so glad you brought that up.
there's
I'm
no
so glad you
reason
brought
for
that
him
up.
to they're down 3-0. They're not coming back. As long as he doesn't get injured, there's no reason for him to play the whole 90 minutes. Thought just take him out, let him play this Saturday. There's gonna be a lot of upset people if he doesn't play this Saturday. Please.
Mhm.
Monterrey, just keep pumping him, bro. You got fucking 25 minutes to score 2-3 more. Let's go. That's all I wanted to say about that. But Devin, you said did
Yeah,
you
we're gonna stick a pin in that. Because I'm gonna come back to the MLS later.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, going back to it. So yeah, I think I would agree that I want points on board because it's just less pressure. You get the job done, and now it's up to the other teams to try and catch up to you. And if they can't, pues, that's on them. And now you're in a better spot. So I'd rather just get points on board. Is there anything in terms of
That
the
is
Prem
the
that
correct answer.
is there anything in terms of the Prem that you guys wanted to touch on? And obviously, the big story this week is the Champions League. But in terms of Prem that we kind of missed out on, anything that you guys shout out to Leverkusen in the Bayern in the Bundesliga. Shout out to
Did you
Leverkusen.
Everton got
see?
another point deduction.
Still undefeated. Everton points deduction. Yes.
Just wanted to shout out James Ward-Prowse hitting that Olympico against
Great shout.
against Wolves.
Cool.
Great shout. Baller. Yo, I did want to ask you guys this. Obviously, we've kind of already mentioned this before. But with Foden, Jude, Declan Rice, Cole Palmer, Saka, all in the forms of their life, is it a bottle if England doesn't win silverware? Or is it acceptable because France is France?
I
I think
kind of
it's acceptable because England is England.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
was gonna
good
say
point,
not
too.
France is France. It's England is England. They're like the Spurs of the international.
So I was thinking about lineups for England. This is a tangent, but who do you start? So specifically on the offensive line, because I mean you have Palmer, Saka, Foden, Jude, obviously Sterling and Rashford and Kane, but are they? I mean, Rashford and Sterling don't really. I mean, it's Southgate, but they don't really, bring so much excitement. Kane has not dropped form since leaving, so it's like, who do you start up top?
Honestly, I want to hear what you guys say about this. I've been thinking about this a lot.
So I'll start just because I was thinking about it also recently, and I came with the conclusion I want Kane up top. I want Foden, Saka, and Jude, and then I would have Cole Palmer coming in as a sub. And then as my backup, it would be Ollie Watkins. Obviously, all new names because I'm done with Rashford. I'm done with Sterling. Southgate might not be. And then in the midfield, I'd have Declan Rice. And the one thing I don't quite know yet is who Declan Rice's partner is. Obviously, Jude would kind of help in that instance, but I'm looking at more of a 4-2-3-1.
What's your midfield?
So currently, I'm looking at 4-2-3-1, and currently it'd be Declan Rice in the 2, Jude in the middle. I don't know who the Declan Rice's partner would be. That's currently what I'm unsure about. And then it'd be Foden and Saka out wide with Kane up top. Defense, it's a toss-up. I'm not even gonna. I'd take Ben White. I would I'm gonna have to drop Ramsdale because he hasn't played all season, so it's gonna be Pickford, which was always gonna be Pickford anyway. And outside of that, take your pick for the defense. Honestly, I'm not confident in much of them. Stones probably for sure. But outside of
Nah,
that,
bro.
no, you
I
wouldn't start
can't see
Stone.
T.
What
Oh, I
about
was
the
just gonna say, like,
midfield?
I can't see. I can't see the T Rex freaking leading England to a European championship.
That's the thing though. It's like he shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't. He should. It should be fucking Ben White, Stones, or freaking anybody else but
Oh no,
him.
I'm talking about Pickford.
Oh, Pickford. I thought you were talking about Maguire.
No, the
Wait,
T Rex, because
what?
Pickford has T Rex arms, bro.
Well, I don't like Pickford. I would pick multiple England goalkeepers over him, but Southgate never drops him. So it's just like it's a reality of the fact of the matter that he's just gonna be there. And it's like how many times when Ramsdale was keeper of the season, he never played. When Pope was playing out of his mind, he never got a shot. It's just Pickford all the time. So it's like it's just the reality is Southgate's gonna pick Pickford, and that's it. So I don't know. But yeah, Yusuf, you said you had a lineup or at least thought of one.
Yo, at least I just thought about my mid because my mid would be
So who's your
Declan Rice.
partner? Yeah, who's a partner?
Declan Rice is Jude. Jude is his partner,
So
and
you
I'm
you
throwing
dropped.
Phil Foden in mid
Okay,
10.
okay,
I'm throwing Phil
yeah. I see.
Foden
I
mid
was thinking
10.
about that, but I was like, I like at least as a Madrid fan, you see how much Jude helps up top, you know. So I was like, maybe
But
you want to
I
push
also
that.
think I also think you guys should. I think you guys shoehorn him up there.
Oh,
Like, to be
100%
honest,
because we don't have a 9. That's
like
for sure.
exactly.
Yeah,
But like, I really think his like he likes just being like the deep line where he can scan the entire field, like see what's in front of him,
yeah,
and like don't get. And he is hard. He's a hard working fucking like midfielder. Like he will get
100%.
back,
Yeah,
and like that whole midfield for me is going to be hard working. Declan Rice, Foden knows like he can press, and Bellingham. But after that, like if one of those guys was dropped, that's when I think you would have to like rejig like almost the whole thing because I would still have Kane up top, Saka right wing, and personally I would have Grealish
Grealish.
on
Okay.
the left wing.
That's what I was wondering
Um,
what you'd be saying on the left. Yeah, so Grealish would be the
just be,
guy.
yeah, because he could like cross in balls to what's his name, uh, like both of them would be able to find um fucking Kane and link up with Kane pretty
Yeah.
well. But I don't know. I feel like I'm lacking pace up top a little bit.
So would you have Cole Palmer and Ollie Watkins in your bench, or would you?
Oh yeah. I'm taking Cole Palmer for sure. Ollie Watkins for sure. I'm even taking. I'm honestly might be taking Bowen over Rashford, but Rashford is one of those players like, and for England, he kind of steps up. Whereas
And
thinking
even if you're not
Pickford,
starting Rashford, he's always kind of
yeah,
nice to have
he's
coming on.
somebody off the bench, you know.
It's quick
But like,
pace.
but then it becomes like I have too many attackers, and
Yeah. Good point.
my defense will be like pretty narrow. Where I think personally, I'm taking Braithwaite with me just to sit him on the bench. I think he's so quality for Everton. But that's just me personally. But it's got to be John Stones and whoever partners him has has to be somebody who's like not like John Stones, who has to like go. But the wingbacks, like they have a plethora of fucking wingbacks, fullbacks, and stuff. So
So would you take Ben White?
I would because Ben plays like center back, right back, left back,
Yeah,
even
see, it's
CDM
versatile.
if
Yeah.
you need to. But the way he be talking online, man, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that guy's crazy, man. He doesn't even watch ball, you know that?
Yeah, he said that, but I don't
Yeah,
know. He's goofy.
he's
He's
wild.
goofy. But yes, I would take Ben White. I think he's gold. Yeah.
Devin, you got a lineup that you would take?
For England,
Yeah.
God, I think about the English national team so little, I can't even tell you. You just want me to run all 11?
I guess if you have it, but I guess we were really mainly focusing on the midfield and offense, just how you would line up. But if you got 11, go for it.
What do England usually do? Do they usually roll the 4-2-3-1
They
or
usually
to
they usually play a 4-3-3,
Yeah,
but but lately Gareth would be like, five back sometimes. I don't know.
tests and stuff. Well, I guess I forgot, but Kyle Walker's probably gonna go regardless. But
what a clown?
I'm mainly more
Um,
curious about the offense, just because we've had a bunch of English offensive players that have been turning up lately.
Key.
so let me just look at the recent call-ups and I'll go with I'll try and make something up. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try and just put it in my head as a 4-3-3 because that's like my default formation with a holding mid. Um, Pickford in goal. Um, yeah, probably Kyle Walker at right back. Um,
Oh,
John Stones, Dunk, Ben White are all good shots for center back. To be honest,
you know who I would take?
uh,
Gomez. Gomez for sure. That's who I would take.
no, he's not
Liverpool.
going.
You don't think so? He should.
For what?
They don't have center
Um,
backs, bro. They don't have center backs.
Chilwell at left back.
Well healthy again. I haven't been watching Chelsea
Uh,
Think so.
I don't know.
because all I know is every time I decided to watch Chelsea, Reece James
Yeah,
and Chilwell are
he
injured
was
again.
called up. He was called up like 2 weeks ago.
I'm pretty sure he was the captain. No, that's for Liverpool. That's
Because
for
I
Chelsea. My
rate
bad.
both of them, bro. I feel like Chelsea would be way better off this season if they'd be healthy longer, but those two players are injured all the time. It's insane.
Pretty comedic.
Dude,
Like
Reece James
what?
was like being linked to Real Madrid towards the end of last season, and they ran away from that real quick once he got injured 3 times in a freaking span of like 3 months.
I probably put Declan Rice at the 6 and Jude and James Madison.
Yeah, that's another guy that I didn't even think about. He's been on fire. Obviously, he got injured and hasn't been the same since he came back, but he was on fire.
And let's see. I think you gotta go Foden on the wing. Um, he's right wing, right?
I mean, he's either or.
I was gonna say he can play both
Either.
and can.
Does he have a favorite side?
Right wing, I would say.
Probably right wing then. Um,
Interesting.
Jared Bowen's not a bad idea.
So you dropping Saka or playing him out of position?
Oh shit! I forgot. Saka wasn't in the team on the international break. That's why I'm not looking at his name. I'm just looking at the most recent callouts from like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I think he might have been out injured. That's why he didn't play. But yeah, he got injured in training, but he's back now.
Can Cole Palmer play on the left?
I don't see why not. I think I know for a fact he's played on the right. I don't know about the left. I feel like I've seen him play on the left.
Okay, so then you probably go Foden on the left and Saka on the right, and then Harry Kane up the middle. And in about 70 minutes, you're gonna sub on Ivan Toney.
So you're getting Ivan Toney in here. Damn. What about Watkins? Is he missing out?
No, he'll make the team.
Dude, they got so many names.
He deserves a call out.
100%. And that's the thing, man. I don't know. Like, I feel like I hate when English fans get carried away and say it's coming home. But dude, this is one of the first times I'm like, yo, you guys got absolute ballers in the peak of their career. It better come home, or else you're never getting nothing, bro. Like, that's insane.
You know, I think that Harry Kane is definitely one of those players that you like don't want to sub off. You want him playing all 90 minutes because he's that good.
Yeah.
But I definitely like the idea of him, you know, doing everything that he does, working the defenders, and then just with like 20 minutes left, after all that, 20 minutes left, bam, Ivan Toney, you're fucked.
So, here's a thought. Would you sacrifice the attacking mid and drop Kane to attacking mid since he defends, and then just put whoever you sub in up top? And Kane just drops down to Cam.
I don't know.
I guess the reason I say that is we saw how good he links up.
I definitely wouldn't start Ivan Toney.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I'm just saying, like, instead of sacrificing Kane, would you maybe take off the Cam, drop Kane to Cam, and put Ivan Toney up top? And like I said, the reason I say that is because you saw how many times Kane dropped back with the Mourinho Spurs and how good he linked up with Son, and just like he looked basically like a midfielder, and he was passing like beautiful balls to his forwards and his wingers. He might actually be able to do that for you while you get a new type of striker in. Would that be something you'd consider, or you think it's too much of a...
Yeah. And you know what, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like even though he probably doesn't deserve it right now, but England is definitely the type of team to back players on reputation and stature alone. Henderson could start that 6.
Oh god.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's not wrong, bro. Henderson got called up recently, bro.
Yeah, he was on the team in the international break.
And that's where Southgate's wild, bro.
That's a thing that you
have to take into consideration.
Like, as an England, like, if you're an England fan, that is a thing that you're gonna have to deal with. It's a very real possibility.
You're gonna have Maguire and Henderson starting.
Yeah, totally.
100%. And that's the reason. It's the reason Pickford plays every game. So you are 100% right. And just with that comment, Devin, you brought me to like they're definitely winning. To goddamn, they're about to bottle the final.
Yeah, I still think there's like Portugal. There's still like Germany. Like, I think personally, I think we overhyped the fuck out of this team.
I think it's just the fact that
only because I think if there was somebody else at the helm, I'd be a little more worried. Like, just give Mourinho this fucking team. Let him fucking play defensive.
I like how that's everyone's solution every time.
To everything.
Every time the team needs a new manager, hey, would you get Mourinho in? Every time.
Mourinho would probably start Eric
You know,
Dyer.
yeah, I was
If we're
gonna
being
say,
honest, bro, Eric Dyer would be back in the lineup.
With Klopp leaving next year, you know who they should get, bro? Mourinho. I'm not
I knew you
even
were gonna
just
say that, bro.
saying, just throwing his name in the hat. Why not? Nobody. Would you take him? I'd take him. Shit.
Fuck no.
Links to the sporting
Oh,
manager. I don't know if you've seen that, Devin.
yeah, they're glazing that guy
Sporting
up.
manager? You seen links for like Vermees, or like they're gonna hire someone else?
Sporting Lisbon to Liverpool. Sporting
Oh,
Lisbon manager. I don't know who he
I
is.
think
I
that's
just saw a
just
couple posts.
the sporting director. It's not a
Oh, the
managerial title.
director. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. I was like, I didn't read the article too well, but I did see
I could be
that.
wrong, but I think that's mostly about their sporting director.
Gotcha.
Is that not Amarin? Is that not Amarin, the sporting manager?
I have absolutely zero clue who's
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you guys are heavily, glazedly linked
Oh, maybe
to
we
him.
are.
Oh my god, it's fucking insane.
I always thought that he was their sporting director. I didn't.
Oh,
I mean, I
no.
don't know anything about the
Yeah,
Portuguese.
it is him. Amorim. Okay. Crazy. I did not know. But yeah, I saw I saw like an article or a post like not too long ago. It was a couple of days ago. So that's the only reason I thought of it. But it'll be interesting to see who you guys end up with because it's going to be hard to replace Klopp. But I mean, obviously, Xavi Alonso would have been the easy one, but now he's committed, so now it's just up for discussion. But I think it's a perfect time to jump into Champions League. Do you guys agree this was probably one of the best weeks we've had in terms of Champions League matches?
It's a good week.
It was a very good
18
week.
goals? Hell
18
yeah.
goals is crazy.
I'll be happy. I'm damn happy.
I was really, really happy with basically all the games. Obviously, I would have loved Madrid to beat City, but in terms of getting a 3-3 result, especially with the quality of goals that we saw, fantastic game. Only one I'm genuinely upset about is PSG because I hate Barcelona and they got they had everything in place they turned it around and they bottled it. So can't believe it. I wanted them to pump Barca so bad. Outside of that, everything else was sick. Did you guys have a favorite game and a least favorite game?
I really only watched. Sorry, I kind of went in
Yeah,
over you.
Go for it.
I really liked Arsenal Bayern yesterday. That was a sick game.
It was a very good game. But I think, especially with the storyline, just because like Kane being from Spurs, Dyer being from Spurs, and then just Arsenal Bayern storyline. You know, the last time Arsenal played Bayern, it wasn't pretty. So I think they had a lot of good, like, you know, headlines that came out from that game.
Yeah.
Me being biased as a Madrid fan, I love the Madrid City fixture. And I love watching my team play. And City's a really good team to watch. And we saw some great goals. So that would have been my favorite game. I did see the highlights for the two games today. I can't say they were my favorite because I wasn't able to watch the whole game. But in terms of highlights, they did look like good games. Don't know what really happened in that PSG game. They were able to turn it around in like 2 minutes. And then they bottled it again, which is pretty standard for PSG. Did you guys catch the game? Kind of get the picture of how it played out?
I did. So like after halftime, like PSG came out on a rip roar, but he made the substitution of Pedri and like just kind of opened up the whole game for Barcelona. People started going, making runs. Players were actually starting to link up well. The midfield was actually getting the ball more. So I think they're really missing Pedri. Holy shit.
He just had a huge impact.
Yeah, I think he was tactically, yeah, he changed the game for them.
What are your thoughts on this Atletico Borussia, man? I know, Devin, you were kind of thinking that was how it was going to play out. I didn't think it was going to be so soon that Atletico was going to score, and then they scored a second not too long after. And after the second, I thought they were going to run away with it, but Dortmund held off. It's not a terrible result. What are we thinking? I guess we can go.
Well, the thing about that is when Atleti scored the second goal, Dortmund almost gifted them a third. Just they played, when they kicked off and they almost gave the ball away immediately and had a 1v1 with a defender. It was like defender and attacker, and if he beats the defender, then it's nobody other than the goalie. So the defender is the one in that scenario. So it's just they were really off to that rocky start, but I think it was impressive for them to get to get a goal back and try and rescue the fixture in the second leg.
So we did predictions in Prem. Let's do predictions for this based off, the highlights, the matches we watched. How are we thinking the semifinal is going to play out? We'll start with Atletico Dortmund, just based off what you saw. I'm going to go ahead and say Atletico. Seems like Griezmann has been on fire this season. Atletico's played a lot better. They've been a lot more dangerous in the attack as in past years. And Dortmund just doesn't seem to have the it factor, but they might hold off. I still think Atletico's going to get the job done for that one. What are you guys saying?
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Yusuf?
Yeah, I think so too. They'll have the pie back, who's been pretty good for them. So I think but it is at the Signal Iduna, so
That is
who knows what Dortmund can do.
They will have the home field advantage, so I wonder how that's going to play out. Now let's talk PSG Barcelona. PSG was home and they bottled it. What are they going to do in the Camp Nou? Well, are they? I don't even know. Is Barca still playing in the Loaner Stadium?
Yeah, they are.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
believe they are.
they'll still have the
To the
home
best
field
of my knowledge,
advantage, but it won't be the same, obviously. So maybe that doesn't affect PSG as much. But what are we saying? They coming back? Does Mbappe go on a mad thing or Barca hold off? I am gonna be a hater and say PSG does it, even though everything's telling me that Barca might just slip through. But I'm just gonna say PSG.
You know Mbappe's mind's already on next year, bro.
He's checked out.
Yeah, honestly,
You
I
don't
don't
care at
know.
all.
You don't
After
think he
that
wants to
performance,
win the
it
PSG?
almost looked like he was going to be.
I mean, of course, he
but
wants to,
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying, you don't think that motivation of it's my last season, it's against Barca. Let me try and get my team as far as possible. I don't know. It don't look
I
like
don't think
it.
he cares that
No,
much.
it doesn't look like it. Yeah. So based on that, who are you
But
taking?
PSG.
Okay, so he still gets it done. All right.
Well,
Houston.
I just don't think that Barcelona can get it done. It's less about Mbappe at that point. It's more about can Barcelona keep it and get the job done. I don't think they can.
What do you, Yusuf?
I don't know, dude. It seems like Barcelona are just running on pure vibes ever since Xavi said he was leaving. So it's really hard to see what that team does. Like they're so up and down, and but it goes. You look at Luis Enrique's fucking PSG, and it's almost like, oh, it's the same fucking thing. So it's like two the same identities like clashing, and it's just gonna be who else?
It's like the Spider-Man meme,
Who's
bro.
yeah? It's like who else is like who's more shit is gonna win. So either or, I would like to play either of those two in the fucking final.
I think that'd be the easiest fixture in terms of.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I do not want to. I personally, I don't want to play Atletico. If I can stay away from Dortmund, I would just because of those fans. But give me those, give me that open ass Barcelona team or that PSG team.
It's unfortunate that you won't have to experience that at all because going to the next one, Madrid City. We all know Madrid's gonna go. Madrid's gonna go all the way, so it's all good. But no, in all seriousness, I've been watching a bunch of like uh commentators and stuff, and they all seem to agree that these are the two best teams. And if it was played out any other way, this would be the final. And we see the quality on field. City definitely has more depth in terms of like their bench. Every time they put somebody in, I was like, holy fuck, they still haven't even played. De Bruyne didn't even play, did he? Like this shit was insane. But obviously, both these teams have weaknesses, and it's clear to see it's in the defensive area. City did well to score some crazy goals, but I think with Madrid, it's just one of those things that we don't have a consistent back line, and Lunin is always one mistake away from costing us a lot. City, like you talked about, Yusuf, your defense has been shaky all season. So I think it's just going to be a similar sort of game in the second leg, and it's going to be who messes up less and who takes advantage of their chances. I'm obviously going to go Real Madrid. You're obviously going to go City. But yeah,
Have they
Devin, the neutral.
Devin.
I really just have a question real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Have they've already drawn the semifinal? So like you know who you play like
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would play either Barcelona or I mean
No,
Bayern
no,
or Arsenal.
we got the tough side. Yeah, we're screwed. We got to play Arsenal or
We gotta
Bayern.
play those fuckers.
Like they put all the tough teams on the right side and all the soft ones on the left, bro. It's insane.
Pretty much the same thing as last year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, that was my only question.
So, who you picking, Dev?
As the neutral.
As the neutral, who am I picking between Madrid or City? Can they both lose?
Dev's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, give them suspensions. I don't care.
I'm gonna go City. I want Bellingham to get knocked out.
Damn, no love for Jude.
So Fabri, what can I ask you like what confidence do you have? Not like per se
Your
confidence,
defense,
but
bro. Your defense is what gives me confidence. I don't have confidence in terms of holding you guys out. I know we're gonna concede.
No, I was gonna say like when it comes to a pure shootout with us, like I think you guys are gonna come under short because we had that game, quote like without KDB, who was gonna play that game.
Yeah, he was.
He came out. He came out like a little bit beforehand, and we should have.
He had the flu, right?
Yeah. Plus, I actually think Rico Lewis might actually play too because of how open that game was. Like, I think Rico Lewis could be like a different type of like headache for you guys to have to deal with already.
Yeah.
On top of like your already stacked like, oh, who we're gonna put next to Rudiger.
Yeah. And that's my thing. So we have Militao back. They weren't confident enough to play him. So we had to drop Chouameni to center back, which is we never want to do because Chouameni is so good in the midfield. And I think that's part of the reason why it was so open. Because Kroos having to play meant it's not as defensive.
Yeah, Kroos was just a quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. And he's a great player, but in a match against City, I'd rather have Chouameni there.
You need legs.
And like
that's why personally I think we will be if you guys had a fully fit squad, I would say you would beat us. You would have actually probably thrashed us at the Bernabeu.
That's where I'm at right now. I am fully aware that we have some deficiencies, but knowing that our options are back. They're just not informed. They're not match ready. If they can somehow get
That's
match
such a
ready,
that is
bro.
that is such a like Eder. What was he coming back from? A hamstring or ACL?
ACL, bro. It's
That's
just
such a like
bad. I
that.
know
Like, are
it's
you gonna
bad.
risk him? Like
The thing is, I
personally,
risk him in La Liga and see where he's at because you'll know right away if he's ready or
did
not.
you have you guys played him since he's been back?
I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
I would like that for him to be the first game. Who knows? He could have what Van Dijk did and be fucking
yeah.
amazing. But
And
but
that's the thing is like he was in the best form of his life when he left, so hopefully
but
he
at the
picks
same
up
time,
on
we
that.
saw we saw Van Dijk take his
He
time
did
to
take his
improve.
time.
Like
That's
for
the
you guys to
thing.
really throw him back in.
That's
Don't
the
get me wrong.
thing.
Like if we play Holland, like Rudiger got his shit all day. But I almost kind of want to play Alvarez just to give you guys a different
To shake
fucking
it up,
sort of.
yeah.
And I really think that, like, if not Rico Lewis, like Alvarez would maybe give you guys some sort of headache with just the pockets he would pick up and like interchanging with Foden and KDB and like I really think. But then again, you guys could do a mad thing, fucking Rodrigo, Vinicius, two deflected goals, Madrid are gone.
And see, and this is where I was gonna get at, like with the whole question of like where my confidence comes from. One, your defense being shaky means we're always gonna have a counterattack that's on, so we're always gonna have a chance to score on you. And the thing about where my confidence comes from is the fact that Rodrigo and Vinny have been so consistent in terms of creating chances. And Jude has been so consistent in putting them in the back of the net. And I feel like no matter what, we're going to score. I know we're going to score. And if we don't, hats off to you because you guys did something that no team can do is prevent us from scoring. But the
We did that
question
last
is,
year.
yeah. And the question is, if I guess it's not even a question, it's just how we line up. I think I personally I feel like I risk Militao and Rudiger because there's just too much in like in store, like on the line, opening up that midfield in a match where we're away
Who
from
is that
home.
midfield? Who's gonna be midfield now?
It's the
Still
same
missing.
midfield except for Kroos gets dropped for Tchouaméni. You have Camavinga and Valverde
Romani's
for the
missing it,
legs.
buddy. Romani's
Oh, did
missing
he?
the
Oh, he's
leg.
missing it. So yeah, it's even worse. Fuck, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like you are.
So
gonna
in
have
that
to
instance, that means okay, not
Diaz.
Nacho's gonna start. So that's gonna be the partner. It's gonna be Valverde, Camavinga, Kroos. It's gonna be the same midfield. Fuck, damn it, dude. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, but
Yeah, I
it's
really think if there was one player, or like there was a player who I wanted that yellow card to go to, it was either Vinicius, Camavinga, or Chouameni. And Chouameni was like low key third on my list, just because of as their center back
yeah,
deficient.
But
yeah,
still
for
top
sure.
three, you know.
Still top
Still,
three.
still top
I
three.
think you definitely would have taken Vinny over everything just because
Oh,
he just
fuck
creates
yeah.
too much. He's just
But
too much of a nuisance.
Kyle Walker could be
But,
back
but yeah.
for the second leg.
So I
So,
guess we'll see.
he'll,
I
he'll
could
just
honestly
hold his
see this
hand and be
going
like,
either
just chill
way.
out, shit. Come here. Where the fuck you think you
Oh
going? Come
yeah.
here.
But let's go to
Kyle
Arsenal
Walker. You said
Bayern.
Kyle Walker back. Hey, can I say this real quick?
Bro, yes.
Um,
Oh my god, yes, yes.
Kyle Walker
Okay.
back for the second leg.
If we're not asking Kyle Walker to go bomb up and sending a cross, for him to just sit there and just be like, yo, just plug and play fullback. You see Vinny, keep him
I
on
know.
bench.
All I know is
Yes.
Vinny cooked Kyle Walker last time they played.
Wow. Because so he's actually gonna find time to take a break from showing girls his third leg.
Yes.
He's got other things on his mind, bro.
He'll keep Vinicius in his pocket.
Vinny's gonna show
Bro.
Kyle Walker his third leg, bro. That's what's gonna
wouldn't want to
happen.
be in Kyle Walker's pocket.
Vinny's gonna be showing his third leg.
To be honest, Akanji kind of did a pretty good job.
I think both teams did good and bad, if that makes any sense. Like I was impressed and at the same time like not shocked. It's so weird.
Like
But
I was so unimpressed by your goals. Like I'm like, yep, here we go, typical fucking Madrid. Like
yeah, and they're
getting
just standard
stuffed up,
Madrid goals. And then your
but
guys are
where
quality goals because it's like, yeah, you guys have quality players. It's insane.
so come do that bullshit at the Etihad. See, we are not going.
It'll
I'm telling
happen, bro.
you right
It'll
now,
happen.
Bobby, we are not going with that shit, bro. We're not going.
Bro,
We
it's the
might like
Etihad,
lay
bro. It's
out.
gonna be half
Yeah,
empty,
we might
no
lay out some
crowd,
players.
no
You know, I love.
crowd.
You remember that crowd last year?
There was no
That shit was
crowd, bro. What are you talking
loud.
about? There was
That
no
shit
crowd.
was loud.
It was
That shit was
non-existent.
louder and louder after the
That was
third and
the
fourth
speakers,
goal.
bro. It was the speakers.
Loud ass speakers, bro.
All right, so Arsenal Bayern 2-2. Storylines everywhere. Where are we going? What we saying? Is Arsenal gonna win the Champions League and the Prem? What the fuck? Nah, dude, we can't have this happening. Me being the Arsenal fan saying that ain't gonna happen. I think Kane gets the job done, dude. This was the Emirates.
Yeah, me too.
Bayern's at home. I think Kane does it, bro. Kane wants a trophy. I'm gonna go in and say Bayern get it done. David seems to agree. Yusuf?
Oh yeah. I mean, they fucking did that with no fans at the Emirates. Imagine what the fucking Allianz Arena is gonna be like for those Arsenal players.
That's where I think is the huge factor right there. Is it's in Germany. The fans are gonna fucking shake these guys to their core.
Oh my god.
And Bayern cannot afford to get knocked out of the Champions League right now. Their season is over if they get knocked out of the Champions League. And there's too much riding on them. Too much riding on Kane. They're gonna win this game. They're gonna do absolutely everything in their power. And I would not be shocked if Arsenal actually gets pumped like 3-0. Cause it's in Germany, man. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't think it'll be 3-0, but I do think Bayern is gonna win this.
I actually don't think that's not a bad shout. Like I don't know. Everybody's been hyping up Arsenal's like defensively so much that like leading up to this game, like people were saying like, oh, they're gonna wipe the floor with Bayern at the Emirates. It's gonna be 2-3-0 kind of thing. And I think people are forgetting like, yeah, Bayern don't have anything to play for in the league, and I think that's even more scary because they're throwing all their eggs in the Champions League basket and said, "Fuck it, we're throwing the
Literally,
whole chicken sink. Yeah, we're throwing the whole kitchen sink at this, whatever the fuck's happened." So for Arsenal, I'd rather them be like going like game week to game week with fucking Bayer Leverkusen, you know?
if Bayern wins the Champions League, that'd be the best thing Kane could ever ask for. Because yes,
No.
because think about it this way. Yes, he hasn't won a
Fuck it.
trophy. He hasn't won a
Fuck it.
trophy. He went to Bayern, where everyone said he was just gonna get bucket loads of trophies because they win everything and it was gonna be easy. And sure enough, they bottled all of it. But to imagine him going to Bayern, where no one really wrote them as favorites for the Champions League. They were up there, but they weren't the favorites. And for him to win the Champions League with Bayern Munich, a trophy way more sought after than just a Bayern or Bundesliga league title, because Bayern has won the last like 9 or 10. To go from like 10, is it 10? That's insane. Like to go from like expecting to just get bucket loads of meaningless trophies, quote unquote, to being able to get the most prestigious club trophy would be insane story for Kane.
Devin, do you hear this Arsenal
What's up?
fan wanting to be a fucking Tottenham fan, bro?
Bro, no, I'm just saying, in terms of fucking storyline, that'd be insane. And then to top it off, watch him win the Euros right after that. He goes from no trophies. Imagine he goes from no trophies to UCL and Euro. Oh my god.
People would just be putting him. Oh my god, English fans would be like, "Yeah, he's the best player we've ever had."
And that's the one thing I don't want, is I do not want to hear people comparing Kane to the
Like Gaza, and Pele.
oh, dude, you know it's gonna happen.
Oh my god, Kane and Maradona in the same sentence,
dude. That's... please don't. Oh, please don't let this happen. Whatever.
Don't worry.
Yo,
The football
Yusuf, no matter who
guy.
goes through, bro, one of us has to take him out, bro. No chance in hell Kane,
Yeah,
Kane
exactly.
wins,
No,
bro.
he can't. No trophy can't. I even hope like the fact that he has 4 more years there is like so sad. Like, could this
That's
happen
the
4
thing,
more times?
bro. That's the thing. And I'm just like, dude, it still hasn't like clicked with me that he's not on loan. They
He's
sold his
there.
yeah.
He's there. So is
Like,
Eric. Is Eric Dyer on loan? Does anybody know?
I think
Yeah.
Like,
Dyer's on loan, yeah.
why the dude? I saw his ass in the light up. I was like, oh
Bro, the
god.
fact that he's starting over Kim and
Yo,
Jay is
yo,
insane.
did you hear about this conspiracy theory?
What's that?
No way.
That Tottenham loaned Dyer to Bayern so that he stop Kane from winning any trophies.
But the funny thing is, Dyer was never supposed to be a starter in the first place. They
Dude,
literally
the fact-
signed Kim and Jay, the best center back in Serie
Yeah.
A, and he's
Eric
starting
Dyer-
over him, bro.
He was good. Like he had a good first half of the season,
And then you
they
have
signed him, he's just-
Upamecano, who's supposed to
No,
be the
okay,
best, and he
that I
bottled the fucking season.
that I
For,
get.
but like the fact that, dude, if you would have asked anybody last
Oh, yeah.
season,
Go look at the academy. You think
yeah,
Eric fucking Dyer?
it's
Imagine
ridiculous.
Eric Dyer speaking Spanish or German. Imagine Harry Kane speaking.
Oh, you know they
my
don't speak German, bro. they're pulling
I don't know.
Agueros.
I don't know. I think Harry Kane is definitely the type of guy that would like learn German.
No,
Learn
don't
it,
get me wrong.
yes.
Yeah,
But be
he's
able to
such a
understand
humble
them or pronounce
guy.
it correctly.
He's a good dude, but like, I fucking
He's
love
taking
seeing-
classes
I
for
love,
sure.
I love seeing the way the football's treating him. Like, the World Cup miss against that penalty against, and then he goes to fucking Bayern.
It's just like
Fucks up
inject this shit in my veins. I
Bro,
love
give
it.
me this. Give me this, dude. I hope next year, like fucking Bochum win the league, bro. Just, just, like you know what?
Bro, you're so
wanna go-
evil, bro.
It's just like
Wild thing is
fuck it.
like,
Where we'll see Kane next year? We'll see him playing for New York Patriots, bro.
dude,
For New
the
England-
fucking
for-
wild
he's a
thing
big
is,
man.
the wild
That's
thing
where
is,
he'll get his trophy.
Bayern doesn't have it easy next season either because of the fact that Xavi Alonso's not leaving. Like Leverkusen, you know, I thought it was gonna be like a one-off to win the league, and then they'll pull a Dortmund, and then Bayern will win the next 10. But no, their manager's staying. They'll probably lose some players. But the thing is, this season is a testament to the fact that they've lost their key players and they still keep winning. Like Patrick Schick was never meant to be their starting striker. Boniface was, and he's been injured most of the season, and they still been winning, and they win so many games with like their backup players, and all those backup players are still gonna be there next season. Xabi Alonso is still gonna be there next season. So Bayern is not guaranteed a trophy either. So
Yeah, Bayern don't even have a coach next season, as far as we know.
it's insane, bro. Where's Conte at, bro?
Bro, you know who this needs?
No, they're gonna bring back
Jose. Oh yeah,
Hansi
your
Flick, I
Pinkers.
think.
Your Pinkers. Bring back 98-year-old your Pinkers, and have them win the treble again.
Funny thing is, I could see that happening and them winning like everything. Oh god,
It's just fucking like the narrative for that team. Great. But so we don't have Barcelona going through it all. Are we saying like so? Arsenal's next game, I'm pretty sure is. Let me look.
I just don't see them beating Bayern.
When, like, are we saying the bottling begins now?
I think so. If their season bottles, it starts now. Villa.
Aston Villa.
Yep. It's clear as day. It's clear as day.
This is it.
This is the make or break. They either win the Prem and the Champions League now, they prove it to the world, or they lose it now. This is make or break. It's guaranteed make or break.
You know what I've heard from some Arsenal fans? They've said that this is their best team since Invincible.
They're wild. They're wild.
Which I'm not. Hold on, is that wild? Like
I don't,
they really
dude.
haven't had that many good teams. Like they've had good players here
Yeah,
and
I
there.
think the team's up there for sure, but I just don't think it's as good. They just don't have the firepower. I feel like I'm biased because I'm like a forward and I like goals and shit, and they don't have anyone that like is like flashy and scores like Henry did. But I don't know. I wouldn't. And it's the same with like some other players Arsenal had were quality, and this team they're not like they're bad. It's just none of
No,
them.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying
Yeah,
quality wise, but
they're just a good team. That's for sure.
yeah, I think I agree. If they don't do it now, they kind of fine.
Because think about it, City was up. They had the test. They had Villa, and they passed. So Arsenal has to do the same thing, and
We
I'm
had
I'm not
we
so
had we
sure.
had we
And
had
they
Arsenal.
lost to
No, we had
Villa earlier, right?
Liverpool. We drew Liverpool.
I think
We
so.
drew Arsenal, and we won. Oh no, we won Villa.
No,
And I
Arsenal.
don't know. I don't. Oh,
No,
I
no,
actually haven't.
I think Arsenal lost to Villa earlier in the
In the
year.
Yeah, one
reverse
0.
fixture,
They lost
yeah,
In
1-0.
the
actually,
yeah.
Yeah,
that sounds right. But I can, yeah, and Ollie Watkins is back for this. So
there you go. This is the start of Arsenal finally winning the Prem and Champions League, or bottling it just like they do every year.
if they slip up, if they
Is it
draw,
is it either two trophies or no trophies for Arsenal?
Yeah, they're not in
damn,
anything
you
else.
you don't think one or either?
Oh, you think?
You
Oh,
think
I get what you're saying now. I think it's 2 trophies or no trophies.
really?
Yeah. I
So
think I think the
you think they're
bottle of the
pawned the
Champions
league?
League, I think the
Yeah,
bottle of the
okay.
Champions League
Just
gets to their
coincided for the
heads
league.
and they're going to fuck up too many times. And the thing is, I wouldn't say that any other time except for the fact that your two direct oppositions in the league are City and Liverpool. If it was any other league, I feel like they could lose the Champions League fixture and still go on to win the league. You can't do that in the Prem. you got two tough teams that nah, I don't think it's either two or none. I don't know what you guys think.
Interesting.
I think that's so interesting. Personally,
That's
I think I really can't call. I have to see how they respond to Villa at home.
The good thing is we don't have that much long to wait. It's literally the next fixture, so
Yeah. I think like even if Villa get a point out of there, I think Arsenal are rattled. I think
I
they
have another shout too. I already think Arsenal's gonna lose against Bayern, but I think if they drop points to Villa, that guarantees that they're losing to Bayern. Like I don't think their mindset being worried about letting the Prem
so
slip while playing a quarterfinal second leg in Germany is gonna absolutely destroy them. The fact that they let points slip and the title might get away, being in their mind while they're playing Bayern, no, I think that guarantees it.
uh,
I just don't think
you
these
know
players have the mental
I keep
fortitude.
okay for me. I know this might sound a little biased, but I keep going back to when they played us at the Etihad. I didn't see any like real balls, but I don't blame them because it was at the Etihad, and that's a good point to have. So I couldn't really tell like because they went on to win the next game, but the next game was Brighton, who like opened their legs up to anybody. But Villa, Brighton, or Bayern, Villa, Bayern is going to be interesting for these players.
Credit to them because, like, if they get this done, my opinion might change because I've been doubting them the whole way. And if they just keep proving me wrong, obviously I'll be happy. But I'm just gonna keep being a doubter until it happens, bro. I'm sorry,
imagine doubting your own team like that, bro.
dude. It's because they don't have a fucking 9, bro. I've been saying it all fucking season. I don't.
No,
They're
I mean,
not
no.
City. They're
I
not
mean,
City. They can't win the league without a 9. I don't want to believe it, but I'll be happy. But
I mean,
Liverpool could
we
do it.
won. Yeah,
but
City
yeah,
won the league
Liverpool's
without a
way
9.
better than fucking Arsenal.
Hit that Bobby fucking Firmino, bro. He only scored one
Exactly.
goal at home that season, bro.
But he did much more than score, bro.
He was the road fucking warrior.
Hell yeah.
I love Bobby Firmino so much.
Gotta get that Bobby Firmino shout in. But
Have
Dude,
to, bro. Have to.
let's quickly
The
do
way
just
Haaland's
wrap
playing,
ups.
I'd take Bobby Firmino.
Let's do wrap ups of just whatever else you want to talk about football. Devin, you say you wanted to go back to MLS, or what was that all about?
What did you say, Yusuf?
You heard me, bitch. I said the
No,
way
I didn't.
I said the way Haaland's been fucking playing with his touch and shit. Please give me Firmino, bro. Personally,
Wow, let's respect.
Firmino's touch is crazy.
Personally, I've always been like a football fan. But like, I love City when we played without a false 9. Like that was the intricacy, the fucking passing, the fucking run.
You guys are more direct now. It's a little boring.
It was so fun. But now, like low-key with Haaland, I know this sounds like it sounds horrible. It's like, ugh.
No,
Like,
I mean it's true though. Like your playstyle is way different.
Don't fucking fix it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I hear you. But no, Devin, I was asking, did you say something that you wanted to go back to the MLS with?
Yeah, so how was the game on Sunday?
Pretty good. It's pretty good, but it was a bottle, just like they've been bottling all season, bro. Like
pretty good.
It's tough to be a sporting fan, bro.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good because it started off nice.
Do you know anything about this game?
No, I don't.
But these fuckers are on 3.
I'm pulling up the game. Hang on, don't say anything. I want to tell the story.
Can I get context? Like, what's their guys' record so far?
So Sporting is actually not have a bad record, but the record doesn't paint the whole story. They've drawn 4 times, and they've bottled big leads to end up either losing or drawing multiple times this season.
So you're United.
Okay, so
correct.
So Sunday, I'm over at Chile's watching the footy.
Oh yeah.
And we go up during the second half. And so just to recap, Sporting scored 3 goals in the first half.
Oh damn!
They were up 3-0 at home.
Who are they playing?
Portland Timbers.
They played Portland Timbers. So we came up the stairs and sat down for the game. And at the 61st minute, Sporting missed the penalty.
Got him for the hat trick too, bro. For the hat trick.
3 minutes later.
He's just not target, bro.
Yeah. He rolled it to the left so bad.
Okay.
3 minutes later, Portland scored their first goal.
It always is like that, isn't it?
Biggest bottle
2 minutes
ever.
later. 2 minutes later, it's 3-2.
So not even the 70th
15 minutes after the second goal, it's tied 3-3.
Don't remind me, Dev. Don't remind me, bro. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes.
They bottled a 3-goal advantage in, 17 minutes?
You know the worst part about that?
And you characterized the game as pretty good.
You know the worst part about all that? Is when the penalty was missed, everybody was still just vibing and chilling. They were giving out free food. People were chilling. The commentators were just like, "Oh, no, this or that. It's been a good."
No! You want to know the best part about the commentators? When Portland scored the second goal, the TV commentator says, "And it looks to be another biblical collapse for Sporting Kansas City at home." Biblical collapse.
And you know what?
And you said you
I saw
you
this
said you
shit
wanted
coming
to see
from a mile
Messi.
away, bro. I saw this shit
You
coming
said
from
you
a
wanted to
mile
see
away.
Messi.
Dude, I'm telling you now, my wife can quote me. I called it. I don't want to put any excuses because Sporting is just Bottle Jobs FC. But if you were there, you would know how fucking windy it was that day. And I'm
Oh
telling you,
my
all three goals,
God.
Sporting scored were because of the wind. What got his first goal, it was fucking wild drop down because of the wind. He took a random shot. Keeper did not expect the ball to move. And then everything else is just, it was all the wind. And we had it on first half. I was like, that's good. We took
Okay, that makes
advantage.
sense.
I was like,
This was all first half. Yeah, and
yeah,
then
it
they
was like
scored all the
exactly. And
second half.
I told my wife, I was like, that's good. We took advantage of the benefit of having the win on our side. All we have to do now is try and prevent them from doing the same. And when we missed a pen, everybody's like, oh, it's fine. We're up 3-0. No, I told my wife, I was like, bro, that's huge. Because if they score, we're going to be getting pelted because they have the win. And sure enough, first goal goes in right after the pen. The second goal goes in. And I just looked at my wife. I was like, we're going to fucking bottle this shit again. And sure enough, they did. Worst part is, Yusuf, they were beating LA Galaxy, who was like undefeated this season, 2-0, and they lost 3-2 in a span of like fucking 15 minutes. And then they were beating, I can't even remember who the fuck we played now, but we drew against, our first game was a draw. And then we played San Jose, which was our first win of the season, which is like the bottom team of the season of the league right now. Yeah, they're the worst team in the league, so we obviously won that game. And then we beat Toronto, which was actually impressive. So we have a good season up until but technically we were undefeated up until LA Galaxy. We were up 2-0, and then we bottled it, and then straight after that we're up 3-0 and bottle it. So it's like, bro, you can't trust this team. And
So technically, you guys only have one loss.
we have the same points as Inter Miami, bro. So that's all I'm saying. And we're about to get pumped.
MLS? Is it like, I forgot
30, 34.
We play a lot.
35.
It's still a long season, but what I will say is they're starting off stronger than they were
don't
last season.
Or no, that's how many teams there are. But I think it's
Yeah, they don't play all the teams. No.
It's not a round robin like every other soccer league in the world. Weird.
Yeah, I know they do it like they kind of Americanize.
All I will say is there's no excuse for Messi not to play now. They got pumped. He didn't have.
They might pump you.
They're gonna absolutely pump us, and I'm all for it, bro. These players need a reality check. They think they're good just because our record's not terrible because of all these draws. We only have one loss. Nah, bro, we're playing ass, and we need someone to toss us around to realize how bad we're playing. And who better than Messi and Suarez? So I'm ready. I'm here for it. I would say I want Sporting to win, but this is the one game where I'm like, bro, just fucking put us out of our misery because something needs to change. The coach is awful, and there's so many players that need to be dropped, and he's like lives and dies by him. I need somebody to put pressure on the manager. And what better way than get pumped by Miami, bro? Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
The only thing about that, Fabry, is I was on that exact same spiel 8 years ago.
I know, he's still there, and he's still there.
But you know who they sound like they need to go sign?
Mourinho, bro.
Bro, I'm just saying.
Perfect way to end it right there. Mourinho to stay Sporting. Let's do it.
That should be the title. That's the title right there.
Right there. Mourinho for the win. Alright, well, we're gonna call it there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Devin and Yusuf, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.